Scout, Jem, and Atticus Finch live in Macomb County, Alabama. Scout and Jem are the children of Atticus and their deceased mother. This is a tough time for the Macomb County because the country is going through the Great Depression. Atticus being a known lawyer in the county, the Finches are not as affected as the rest of the county. They meet a friend who lives nearby named Dill, where they spend a lot of summer together. The main thing that they do is try to lure Boo Radley out of his creepy home. Atticus is then faced with the challenge of defending young Tom Robinson for the crime of raping a young white woman. This causes a lot of trouble for the children, always being called bad names because of their father defending a black man. The jury convicts and Tom Robinson is later killed trying to escape. Bob Ewell is very angry at Atticus after the trial for accusing him of beating his daughter instead of Tom Robinson. He takes it out by attacking Jem and Scout walking home, but they are saved when Boo Radley kills Bob Ewell. Boo gets away without any charges, saying that Bob Ewell fell on his knife being very drunk. Now on to our second topic. On October 29th of 1929, the stock market crashed when 60 million shares were traded away. This lost billions of dollars and sent America into its worst depression in history, which lasted 10 years. On Black Friday, 1929, the leading bankers tried to get out of great blocks of stock to try to stabilize the market. This caused a small rally up on Friday, but by Monday it was too late and it all went downhill from there. Stock market did crash many times before 1929, but not as bad. The crashes happened throughout the 1800s, but did not have a large impact. According to V.V. Chari, an economist at the University of Minnesota, the crash was impending to happen. Eventually, the market would have had to have declined. It didn't have to come to a screeching halt, but the market had risen so rapidly from 25 to 29% that I see no way it could have stayed at those nosebleed levels. What this means is that the market was rising so fast in the previous year that after that there had to be a crash. The crash was inevitable, but the crash did not need to happen all at once. The main effect of the stock market crash was the beginning of the Great Depression. The Great Depression was a dark 10-period time in America where there was steep declines in almost every economic category. This started with the collapse of banks all across America. Since the banks had invested a lot into the stock market, after many people losing most of their life savings, people were afraid to spend money, so they stopped purchasing items and other things. This caused a large decline in the workforce because employees could not be paid usual wages. 1 out of every 4 Americans were unemployed at this point. Herbert Hoover took office at the beginning of the Great Depression, and some Americans felt he was responsible for the Great Depression. This is because Hoover didn't take what was happening in America as a crisis at all and did nothing about it to take action to try to fix the problem. This is why he lost re-election to Franklin D. Roosevelt. When Roosevelt was elected, he immediately addressed the problems and began to implement projects and programs that began to resolve the problems over the next 8 years. Some that were affected by the Depression was the people who had money invested in the banks and the stock market. These people lost everything in their life, from their job to all their money and their homes. This would be like handing money to your bank and all of a sudden it's just gone. Through exploring both the book and the topic that I chose, I found out that they both have common themes that represent what they want you to take away from the experience. My takeaway is life will bring you down by loss and segregation, but by sticking to your morals and values, you can push through to get to better times. Thank you.